Welcome back, everyone. This is Matthew, aka the Nuclear Cyborg, aka Jedi Master Cyborg. Today is it's currently 12:54 in the afternoon on Wednesday, July 9th. And today we'll be talking about the Nature Elemental Lightsaber Generation 1. Again, I probably made this in the 2020s, somewhere 21, 22, 23, 24, somewhere around there. In Walt Disney World. And the one thing I noticed automatically about this one, this is like one of the longest sabers that I think I built. With the right corn tooth makes it really big. I have a tape measure here. Let me see right quick if I can measure it and see how long it is. Okay, from right corn tooth to emitter, so from pommel to emitter, it's about 14 inches long. So it's over a foot long. Wow, this thing is really big, really long because of the right corn tooth that makes it so. Like I said, I built this back in the early 2020s, around there, and so we're gonna like we've done with the previous power and control and protection defense lightsabers. We're going to be taking this one apart. Now I don't have the Generation 2 Nature and Elemental Lightsaber yet. If you've watched those two previous videos, I might have alluded to the fact that the family is planning a trip in 2026. I'm not sure when we're going. We're kind of like in the pre-planning stages. So I got plans, but I'm looking ahead and I'm going to make a schedule time to go in there and build the last two sabers of Generation 2, the Nature Elemental and then the Protection Defense Lightsaber. So I don't have the Generation 1 and 2 to compare yet. That's coming up probably around the spring or the fall of next year. Okay, so give me a minute to break this down and we'll get building. Okay, everyone, as you can see, we have the Nature and Elemental Lightsaber broken down into all of its parts. Up here at the top, we have the battery pack, and for the build, I chose the green lightsaber crystal. It just goes with the theme, Nature and Elemental, green lightsaber crystal. So then we have the emitter and the pommel. Then we have the two sleeves that I chose. And then we have the activation plates. And there you go, you have the skeleton that everything goes on. Okay, let's get building. Alright, welcome back, everybody. We're going to start reassembling the Nature and Elemental lightsaber that I built back in Savi's workshop in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Walt Disney World. Now, if you've seen any of my last two videos, the power and control or the protection defense, you would know how this starts. Or if you've watched, there's tons of videos now on YouTube since Galaxy's Edge has been open for a few years. So probably everybody's aware about how everything starts, but in the sense of order. So right here we have this is where the battery pack goes. This is where the emitter, the blade, is going to go. So we take the battery pack like we did before. Inside here you have a red triangle or red arrow, excuse me, and then on here on the battery pack, another red triangle. There, you just match them up. And again, right quick, I don't think I said it in the first video of the power control, but I did in the Nature Protection Defense. This battery pack is very easy to open. So right there, that screw right there, that's the one that you want to open, unscrew, loosen up. Just find a screwdriver that will fit that screw. I got mine at Home Depot. Very easy. Don't mess with these on top. Don't do anything to those. But this one right here, you just loosen up. Just loosen a bit you don't have to loosen or take it out. Just loosen it up so you can take off the outer shell. Inside is a place for 3 AAA batteries, and then reverse the process to tighten it back on. Now, put this battery pack in here. Just line it up. There we go. And twist to the right. Righty-tighty. Okay, then we take the kyber crystal. Okay. This is the generation 1, so this is going to be one of Yoda's. There's 2 of Yoda's. There's one where one where he does quotes, and one where he does an 8-ball, where like you can ask questions, and then he'll give you an answer just like you would do with the magic 8-ball. And then there's Qui-Gon Jinn so it's one of those 3. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. But then we come in from the back, like I've done before. Once you get the bottom one into place, you press down, and there you go. It's activated. And then the top one's just kind of wiggle it around until it snaps into place. There it goes. And then, as I've said before, kind of twist the crystal around, rotate it inside just to make sure that it's in place. It gets me every time. It really does. How the technology that the Walt Disney World came up with to do this. That the skeleton piece here knows that which crystal is which color to emit. The blinking lights and the light that comes up through the crystal. That just gets me every time. Okay, then we go with the activation plates. And as I've said before, there's 2 sets. You get to choose what set you want. Sorry. On a computer. Here, let's just do one at a time. There we go. There's one at a time. Okay, then there's that one. Now there's that one. There we go. Now we got them both. You can see them both. In the Generation 1 lightsabers, supposedly you could have mixed and matched between the 2 sets of activation plates, but in Generation 2 you can't, apparently, because I tried to do that with my first build, but it didn't work. That doesn't work that way anymore, so. Okay, as you know, probably know by now, if you clicked on this video, we just have to match up the squares. You got a red square and a red square. Just match those up. Snaps into place. That's the activation switch, because it's not working. So we match up the blue square with the blue square right into place. And that noise that you just heard a minute ago, it just gives you that noise something's wrong with the saber. There's no blade in it, obviously. So okay, the 2 sleeves that I chose, I kind of went for a more woodsy feel, or woodsy kind of look for the thing. And I'm probably going to be doing that for the next Generation 2 lightsaber, when and if I can build that one. I've already looked at the pictures, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. I think I've pretty much already gone through and know which pieces I'm going to choose. There's for either or. It's either nature and elemental. There's the new one is there's going to be a choice. There is 4 sleeves, but a choice. I can't narrow it down to 3 sleeves. I've narrowed it down to 2 or 3. It's either one, and then it's going to have more of a. I'm not going to go with the bantha pommel. I'm going to go with the other one that's more woodsy, and I'll show you that with pictures here in a few minutes. But like I said, I'm going to go for a more woodsy feel, and I think it's more. I think the new pieces have, like, I guess it's supposed to be bone. I'm not exactly sure. But for the nature and elemental activation plates, I'm going to get the one that has the pin design on it, and then probably, I'm not sure. I probably will not get the one with the protection. Protection defense. No. Peace and justice. Probably will not be getting the one with the symbol on that one. probably be going with the one out. But again, I'll show you pictures in a few minutes. So anyway, so moving on. So like I said, the woodsy design. I mean, this is obviously metal, but it's got, you know, kind of a woodsy design to it. This is the top piece, the top portion. And then this one right here, it's got like a design of leather. It's not leather, but this one is going to go on the bottom. That would be like the bottom grip. So, you know, the battery pack protrudes at the bottom, so we know that's the bottom. And we take the copper ring that's on top. It goes first. The activation switch is alright. So twist that down into place, righty tighty. Then we take this one from the top, screw it down, and tighten it down. Now, again with the new Generation 2 lightsabers at the Disney, they've, you know, what they did is they matched everything, so everything lines up perfectly. As you can see, you know, you got the little wood space right there, but then the wood space is over here on the activation plates, so it doesn't match. They don't match up. So like, I'm curious to see what Generation 2, what it will look like. So, alright, we take the emitter. That's the one I chose. Got the little thing that protrudes out here, so it's like when the blade will come up around there. I think that looks cool. And with all these designs that are twisted in place, you know, the swirls on there, you know, all pieces have swirls except for the leather grip part. And then this one here too, I really wish these matched, because you got these like tree lines right here. I guess that's supposed to be a tree line. And you have it up here on the emitter part, but like I said, I can't get them to match. So I'm glad that's one thing they changed in the Generation 2 lightsabers, when everything lines up right and looks neater. Okay, then we take this one. This is probably the pommel that most people chose if you've built one of these. The Nature and Elemental Generation 1, probably everybody chose the right corn tooth pommel. Now I'm not going to be choosing the bantha horn. I think it is a bantha horn. I didn't know what it was until I looked it up. It looked like some kind of shell. I thought it was a shell of some kind of sea creature until I looked it up. But screw that down. But it's supposed to be a bantha, piece of a bantha horn. So, but I won't be choosing that one. I'll be choosing the other one that has more of a woodsy feel to it. So, here's the saber, nearly built, all built, rebuilt. Alright. Now, this is, like I said, all these sabers, I mean, you know, even though they're very heavy. I mean, if you can carry this one around, you can carry it, since it's longer, you can carry it like a club and whack people across the head with it. Don't take my advice on that, please. Excuse me. Now, one thing I want to point out is that, see, on the other two that I've recently posted the power control and the protection defense lightsaber. They had the rings on them, the D rings. I like this one better. This one clips onto that clip, and it doesn't swing as much. Here, let me get that right quick. Okay, I showcased this in the last video with the I believe the protection defense. But each saber will come with either this hook, where it hooks onto your belt, or it'll come with a D-ring that slides into there. So if you have one that slides here, you can just slide this one up. But if it's a D-ring, And I'm not exactly sure if you could put 2 on there. It would be very, very heavy if you did. I've never tried that before. Maybe I'll try that, and I'll let you know in the next video. But as you can see, it just holds it in place a lot easier. It does swing to the right and to the left, but it's not. It's held in place. It's not going to bump against your leg, like I said in the last one. And after a while, it just your knee can't take it anymore. So, anyway, so that's the build of Nature Elemental. Right here, one more time. Let me get a blade, and we'll see what color it is, and then a few closing comments. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna light this blade up. Here's a blade that fits into all of the Savvy's Workshop custom build lightsabers. I have 6 of these, so one for each saber that I've built. So, all right, so we're gonna put this down into the emitter section. You just have to find the sweet spot. There it is. Press down. You hear that noise. Twist. Righty-tighty. And everything fits. Okay, so this is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of a beetle. That's the activation switch. So, turning on. Turning on. There it goes. So, as you can see, it's green, and the noise. They all make different opening noises when they're activated. Like I said before, it's just the green goes with the theme, Nature Elemental and green. Alright, there we go. That's the Nature and Elemental build. There's lots of videos out there, and then also probably better than the one I just did with the first generation Nature and Elemental lightsaber. So a few closing notes, closing thoughts. So like I said, I was going to show you I've already looked ahead at the pieces. That way, I asked them before. It's like, I called Walt Disney World, and I asked them, for Savvy's Workshop, can you kind of do 2 at once? Obviously, I'm going to pay for them, but just the interest of saving time, so I only have to go in there for one. Build. I don't have to go schedule 2 builds. It was just trying to make it easier. But no, they said you have to schedule 2 separate ones. So if I go to the earliest one, it takes about 20 minutes. So then I go to the third one. So there's the very first one in the morning. I can't. I'll be inside for the second one, and I come out in time to make the third schedule time. So that's the plan. So I can get there in the morning and get the last 2 built. And I don't plan to stay all day at Hollywood Studios and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge that day. I'm not sure. We don't know I don't have the plans yet. But family, does want to go to Epcot at least. So, I might end up buying a park hopper pass, which I've never done before. So, if I get there, get the lightsabers built, get the park hopper pass, I might have to wait. I can't remember if they've gone back to where you can move around. If there's a certain time that you have to wait to before you can switch. But then have time to also take the sabers back to the room, so I don't have to be carrying them around all day. Alright, so moving on to the Nature and Elemental. Let me see here. Let me try to fit it into the screen as much as I can. Excuse me. Okay, so there are the pieces for the new Elemental Nature. So you got the emitters on the other side. The emitters on this side. And you have these sleeves going up through the middle. You have the activation plates right there. And then the pummels right. This is so hard when you're trying to look at yourself at a computer screen. At the bottom there. What did I do? Okay, I got it back. Okay, so now we can scroll up a little bit and see sleeves, emitters. Okay, so the emitters, you can see here, right there. Probably be choosing the one at the bottom. I just like the woodsy kind of woodsy design to it. The other one doesn't really. It only has like one little wooden strip towards the bottom, and that little metal hook that goes out. I'm not a big fan of that. So like I said, probably the bottom one emitter is the one I want to be choosing. Scrolling up, we have. I like the look. So they're the 4 sleeves. I like the look of the very top one. The second one down, that again looks like the leather strip one, and the very bottom one. The one that has the green design and the thorns or the I'm not sure what those are supposed to be. Probably has the one that's probably the one with the most detail, but as it probably won't be matching very well. I'm probably not going to be choosing that one. So it's probably the top 2. I'll have to see when I actually put them together if I can incorporate the one at the bottom. I think the one at the very top, that would be the one that goes towards the top of the saber, and the if I chose the sleeve at the bottom, that would be the one that comes up through the bottom. But I'm thinking that to make everything match, the top one, top sleeve, and then the second sleeve with the leather straps on it will probably be the ones I choose. But we'll have to see how those other 2 at the bottom, the 2 bottom ones, how they look when I start building. But that'll be next year sometime, if and when. Okay, then we got the activation switches, which are right here. I like the one up top. It's got kind of more of a woodsy feel, a woodsy design to it, and it's also got the power, nature and elemental symbol on there. That'll be on the pin that you get. I don't much care for the bottom one. It's just silver. It's just silver metal with that little white triangle. It's like the it's supposed to be bone switch or something. Okay, then we have the pommels, the end caps. They both have that black hook on there, so that they're not going to be swinging. That's neat. I didn't notice that before. But like I said, the one at the top that has the woody design, and the little section that points down. I think that's kind of cool. But the bantha horn at the pommel, no, I don't think so. That doesn't strike me. It doesn't appeal to me. Now the protection defense one. Let's see if I can find the pictures for that. This is the power and control one. Here it is. Okay. So those are the pieces all right there. And then scroll up here. These are the emitters, and I'm probably going to be choosing the top one, which has the little golden nugget in the center there, and also has the open spaces at the top, so you'll be able to see little pieces of the blade when it's activated up through those little spots. I don't much like the one at the bottom, man. It's got the rings around it, but it looks kind of plain to me. So like I said, I'll probably be choosing the one up top with the little gold nugget bolt inside. And the sleeves here, again, I can't really tell. I probably will not, the very bottom one, I will not, probably will not be choosing. Most likely will not choose. The ones I'm looking at and strike me are the second from the top that have the black design and the rings around it. That would probably be the one that comes up through the bottom, as a grip. And then I think I like the feel of the third one from the top. The second from the bottom, with the little gold stripe that runs up vertical. I'm not sure if I kind of like the look of the one up top that has the copper ring that runs around it. I like that one, but I'm not sure how it would match up. You know, you got to make the saber kind of match, kind of, you know, all the pieces got to kind of like harmonize together, so and work together. So I don't know. I think the second and third one, I'll probably do. Okay, then we're gonna go for the activation switches. Again, I'll probably go with the one on the top, not the one on the bottom that has the symbol of peace and justice on it. I just like the feel of the one at the top, and I think it would match a lot better with the other pieces. Okay, the emitters are these are the pommels. Sorry, I like the triangle one, and that also has the black tab on it for the hook, so it won't. And I can't see the one. I can't see anything for the other emitter, which makes me think that it has the D ring on it. But I like the one at the bottom that has the triangle feel. That looks like, I can't remember who was it, Plo Koon or is it Kid Fisto? I can't remember. It has something like that. But Master Luminar has cut that kind of like shaped pommel. So, yeah, that's the one. But like I said, I'm already looking ahead. That way I can just get in there and get out. Because I honestly do not want to build the last two sabers. I don't want to do them. I don't want to spend the money. I really do not, because the way Disney is getting right now, I can think of multiple ways to be able to spend that money in other ways at Walt Disney World, instead of just having to pay for the lightsaber experience. And it does lose its flair. Like I said, I've done 6 of them. I honestly think after the third experience, it kind of probably started losing its flair. So, you know, it's cool. It's cool. But it just, you know, you can only do it so many times before it starts losing its flair. So, but anyway, I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for clicking on this video. If you like what you saw, please please drop a comment down below, and as well as subscribing. And as it goes for subscribing, I'm trying to restart my channel here. So if you've clicked on this video for the very first time, you're brand new, thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome. Please subscribe. If you've seen any of my videos before, I lost everything, and now, like I said, I've done these kinds of videos before. I did reviews about each of my lightsabers before. I've just had to rethink about how to do them, because I've had to redo them to try to put them back on my channel, redo my channel. So please like, comment, subscribe. The other videos I posted up, that none of them have got any likes, none of them have got any comments. So if you would give those videos some love. What I did on my previous channel before everything got deleted. I talked about colognes, fragrances, Star Wars, and just a few other things. I had a lot of Walt Disney and vacation photos, videos, stuff like that. So kind of like more like that channel, like Ordinary Adventures. If you've ever seen that video, that's kind of like what I do. It's kind of like an ordinary thing. And I'm just trying to have fun. And this video and a few videos that came before it, I'm finally starting to film on iMovie, and so the transitions that you see, I can incorporate those into the video, and kind of make it a little bit cooler, and make it look a little bit more professional. Not very, because I'm just kind of spitballing, and as you can tell, I say I'm doing and hesitating all throughout my videos. So that's just the way I am. Now what I did for this is these two lightsaber lamps right here. I've noticed in the last couple of videos as I had them on all the way bright, they were kind of blurring the picture, and so I got them on. I turned them all the way down So that looks from here that might work a little bit better. And then the stars effect that you saw earlier. I just thought about that as I had that, and sometimes this is my office now. It used to be my spare bedroom, so if I would sometimes come in here. It was always my Star Wars room, but it used to have a bed in here. So what I would do is I would come in here and turn that projection on and just look at the stars and pretend I was traveling through hyperspace. But anyway, that's enough tittle tattle for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video now, and then reclip it, clip everything together, and upload it to my channel. And I hope you give it a click and give it a like. Yeah. So thank you for watching. May the force be with you.